Good morning, and welcome to the April 17th meeting of the New York City Campaign Finance Board. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes of the meeting of March 15th. I move the approval of those minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion
I
carries.
abstain.
Yes, thank you. One abstention. Thank you. The next item on our agenda are the opening remarks of the chair, so here I go. Good morning again, and welcome to our meeting. This is our fourth board meeting of 2023, and today the Campaign Finance Board will be voting on public payments for the upcoming 2023 election cycle. I'd also like to take some time to welcome our newest member to the Campaign Finance Board, Dawn Smalls. Dawn is an accomplished legal professional with an impressive background in public service that will add great value to our board and the work that we do here at the CFB. Her knowledge at the intersection of law and politics comes from serving first in the Clinton administration as assistant to the White House Chief of Staff and as a liaison on policy and budget issues for the District of Columbia, and then in the Obama administration as the Chief Regulatory Officer of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, as well as HHS's liaison to the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the Office of Management and Budget. In addition to the various roles that Dawn has held in government, regulatory, and philanthropic spaces, she is also a former participant in our public financing program. I'm confident that Dawn will be an exemplary member of the Campaign Finance Board, and we are looking forward to working together with her to continue to empower New Yorkers to make a greater impact in New York City's elections. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the service and thank Marianne Spraggins, the board member whose term expired and Dawn replaces. Kitty, as she's also known, was an effective and valued member of our board, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors. Next item on our agenda are the remarks of our executive director.
Thank you. So good morning to our board members, staff, and everyone joining us in person and remotely. Our primary day is nearly 2 months away on June 27th, 2023, and New Yorkers will be voting on their second ranked choice voting elections. And in addition to primaries being right around the corner, our 2022 voter analysis report is nearly ready for publication. That's our annual publication by the CFB containing comprehensive analysis of the previous year's election with redistricting, among other developments, and policy recommendations to improve New York City elections. That will be available by the end of the month, and I have a couple of other exciting updates to share. So of course, as our chair pointed out, we're really excited to have Dawn Smalls with us at our first official meeting with her as a member of the Campaign Finance Board. I do want to join also our chair in thanking Marianne Spraggins for her years of service. Marianne joined us in February 2018 and spent the last 5 years being a very valued member of our board, guiding the CFB as a board member through the pandemic and major changes to the board, including ranked choice voting. And we will miss her passion and her voice, even as we are truly excited to have and welcome Dawn Smalls as our new member. As the chair mentioned, Dawn's professional accomplishments and her experience, particularly as a program participant among a really wide array of other extraordinary accomplishments, will make her a really valued and unique voice on our board, and I couldn't be more thrilled to join her and work with her on the campaign finance program. In other news, we have been working hard recruiting young people to join our Youth Ambassador program. One of our target audiences in New York City would be the youth. We want to start folks young and understanding more about democracy. And we have a youth initiative for New Yorkers aged 14 to 19, as we are committed to increasing youth engagement in local elections and an understanding about democracy. And we develop leaders here at the New York City Campaign Finance Board vis-a-vis a youth ambassador program. And in fact, one of our former youth ambassadors went on to be Tim Hunter, our press secretary. So just a sign of how our program works and helps develop some of the leaders across our city. I believe he also ran for office. Anyway, today we have 139 candidates registered for the 2023 elections and 9 registered for 2025. And we have a number of payments to make today, so I will let us get to that. I just want to thank our incredible team for making the work we do here possible. And as we head into the June primaries, I always want to share that I may remain very, very confident in the ability of our team to continue to empower New Yorkers to make a greater impact in their elections and our shared democracy. And now I turn the meeting back over to our chair.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the announcement of campaigns and compliance. As this is Dawn Small's first meeting, let me give a brief explanation as to this. Some years ago, we developed a tradition of, as we went through the audit process, of identifying the campaigns that had cleared the audit process without any violations or penalties as a way of recognizing them for the good work that they had done. So each meeting, there are a handful that we acknowledge. So the following candidates have completed the post-election audit process without any violations or penalties assessed by the Campaign Finance Board. The board recognizes the diligence of the candidates and their campaign staff in running campaigns that maintain compliance with New York City's campaign finance laws. All 3 of these campaigns are first-time candidates with the CFB. So they're all from the 2021 election cycle. Candidate Vivian Morgan, who is a candidate for City Council District 40. Candidate Mohammed Abdul Malik, who was a candidate for mayor. And candidate Leonardo Bularo, who was a candidate for City Council District 22. Congratulations to them and to their staffs. The next and final item on our agenda are the 2023 public funds payments that we are going to approve. And so I'll ask our Executive Director, Beth Rodman, to take us through this list of payments, at the end of which we'll vote.
Okay, thanks. So first, we have Ursula Young, District 1, recommended for $98,732. We have Susan Lee, District 1, recommended for $76,061. We have Kristen Jordan, recommended from District 9, recommended for $78,128. We have Al Taylor, District 9, recommended for $16,758. We have Bernadette Ferrara, District 13, recommended for $48,336. We have George Haverneck, District 13, recommended for $86,754. We have Tony Avella, District 19, recommended for $22,230. We have Christopher Bay, District 19, recommended for $159,676. Paul Graziano, District 19, recommended for $50,122. Vicky Palladino, District 19, recommended for $27,911. We have Bernard Chow, District 23, recommended for $40,394. We have Rubaya Rahman, District 23, recommended for $68,172. We have Shekhar Krishnan, District 25, recommended for $433. We have Haley Kim, District 26, recommended for $44,080. We have Ethan Felder, District 29, recommended for $36,868. We have Lynn Schulman, District 29, recommended for $12,282. We have Chris Banks, District 42, recommended for $20,102. We have Wei Yi Chen, District 43, recommended for $79,648. We have Stanley Ang, District 43, recommended for $158,908. We have Susan Zhuang, District 43, recommended for $6,916. We have Kelman Yeager, District 44, recommended for $165,720. We have Justin Brennan, District 47, recommended for $65,836. We have Ari Kagan, District 47, recommended for $113,210. We have Amber Adler, District 48, recommended for $12,179, which brings us to a total of 24 recommended payments today, totaling $1,489,456.
Thank you. I move the approval of those payments. Is there a second?
Just ask before we vote, if you can just outline what each of these candidates have done to get to this point of
Sure.
us issuing payments and us doing approval.
Absolutely. So the threshold is made up of having to reach a certain, they have to reach candidates, they have to raise a threshold number of qualifying candidates, and they also have to, we verify those through our audit program. So they are verified that they are actually residing in the city and that they have the appropriate backup documentation, so that we ensure that we're only paying candidates who have actually met the qualifying threshold, because we want to ensure that we are actually paying candidates who have qualified appropriately, because while we want to ensure that candidates are able to run in the New York City public campaign financing program, and think it's a good thing that we're giving out public money instead of having candidates rely on private money, we also want to make sure that we're only paying candidates who actually qualify. So candidates are raising small dollar contributions and getting these often substantial amounts of public money, but they go through a process where they raise qualifying contributions and they get a substantial match. The match was raised in 2021 to an 8-to-1 match. So they're giving in their reporting on disclosure statements, these reportable qualifying contributions. They give backup documentation. They work together with members of our candidate services team, and then we have auditors who are actually also looking at what we call backup documentation to ensure that the qualifications have been met. And then they prepare for us what we call essentially these payment reports, which is what I was reading from. And usually candidates raise in excess, because even if they've raised the exact amount, it might be that there's sort of some missing piece of information, some correction is needed, some additional information, but we get to this point where somebody is qualified and they have a certain amount that they've qualified for, and they're recommended for that payment. And that's why we have sort of these somewhat weird numbers, because of the 8-to-1 match and the number of qualifying contributions. And so for many of these candidates, it's actually not their first payment. They've had sort of these additional amounts, and that will continue since we're fairly early on in the election cycle. And I'm glad you asked that, because it gives me an opportunity to explain a little bit about the weird numbers and all of the information for the public. And I know you actually know this because you were a candidate, but it's nice to be able to share this with the public. So thank you for raising that. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so I move the approval of those payments. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. So that's our public business for today. I'm going to we are going to go into executive session briefly, but we have no business that requires a vote in executive session. So I'll make the usual motion that we move into executive session and adjourn directly from our executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.